Here we are in Villa Baviera. Here you have a sign to the hotel, the restaurant, administration, and in that direction you have... Where? Okay, some German flags. Yo quiero visitar.
2.000 pesos por persona.
Claro. ¿Y tú hablas alemán?
No.
No. Ah,
No,
qué
no
pena.
hablo alemán.
¿Por qué tengo bastantes personas alemanas aquí?
Sí. Sí, adentro tenemos alemanes que viven acá.
Sí, y hablas alemán.
Sí, adentro hablan alemán.
Muy bueno.
Sí.
Y aquí, ¿por qué tú tienes una puerta?
Aquí, esta es una barrera que como es recinto privado... Aquí,
Eso es todo privado.
Claro, todo privado.
Claro. Además tengo varias casas, varias personas.
Sí, acá hay gente que vive acá, de algunos colonos. De colonos que viven acá todavía, alemanes
Sí,
que viven acá, tienen sus casas.
Interesante.
Sí, le voy a dar su boleta, espéreme.
Ah, claro. So, I'm on this country road in the middle of nowhere in Chile with the Andes there in the backdrop. You can't see them that well now because of the trees, but here I have my ticket to get into Villa Baviera because it's like a colony, like a compound of sorts. And apparently all this land where I'm walking now, I have to walk for 2 kilometers, which I don't know how long I can expect that to take. 2 kilometers to the restaurant, hotel, museum, and so on. I see some buildings in the distance. Here it's all barbed wire. There we have the Andes Mountains. So yeah. Here and then someone passes me by, and so far they've all waved at me and smiled. So you can see the buildings in the distance, and you also see some smoke coming out of the chimneys. Beautiful, with the snowy mountains in the back, because it is winter at this time. Here you have a sign to the hotel, the restaurant, administration, and in that direction you have some flowers. Here there's a little pond with some paddle boats that you can, I don't know, maybe you can rent them, I'm not sure. The water seems awfully clean. And here we have either the hotel or the restaurant, or both. Here's the hotel. Is that the restaurant? Yeah, I think so. Here in the back you have some normal houses of people, it seems. Vrij house, it's all in Spanish. Oh, it's like an indigenous guy. Okay, let's see. Eingang in German. Hallo.
Adelante.
¿Sprechen Sie Deutsch? ¿O no hablan alemán? Ah, qué pena. ¿Tienes muchas personas que hablan alemán aquí?
En recepción.
¿Sí?
Pregunta en recepción, ahí
bueno.
debería llegar una persona.
¿Y tengo comidas ahora?
¿Almuerzo? Sí, sí hay.
Bueno, ok, porque yo quiero comer, yo no como nada.
Sí, pase, tome asiento, lo atendemos al tiro.
Okay, so the menu is partly in German. Like here it says klein Fruchtensaft, which is small, like small juice. And here großer Fruchtensaft, which is big juice. And then big in Spanish. And some things they only say it in Spanish. Maybe I would like some schnitzel and like a juice.
Das haben wir alles aufgebaut. Ich kam 1968 mit 11 Jahren hier.
Das war nach dem Weltkrieg.
Ja, nach dem Weltkrieg. Aber der Schäfer ist ja geflohen, weil er die Kinder missbraucht hat, der Schäfer. Ist ja geflohen aus Deutschland.
Davor hat man auch noch?
In Deutschland hat er das auch gemacht.
Was hat man da
Die
gemacht?
Jungs missbraucht. Sex mit ihnen gemacht, mit den Jungs.
Oh ja, das habe ich gehört.
Nach 38 Jahren habe ich meine Mutter wiedergefunden. Vorher war es unmöglich, ich habe ihn gefragt, ob ich meine Mutter...
Deine Mutter war nicht hier?
Nein,
Deine Mutter war immer noch aus Deutschland? Oder
nein, hier in Chile. Wir waren Chilener. Wir mussten das Haus verlassen, weil das Haus war nicht von uns, sondern vom Besitzer groß.
Aber das war auf das Land von den Kolonien?
Nein, das war draußen zwischen Parral und Catillo. Dazwischendurch. Wir haben auch ungefähr 200 Arbeiterstellen, weil hier keine Familien gründen könnten. Also nicht ein Mädchen angeguckt, das war für mich eine Sünde, hat der Schäfer ausgesagt. Deshalb waren die Eltern oder die Kinder waren getrennt von den Eltern. 16 Jahren wussten nicht, wer ihre Mutter und ihr Vater war. Kein Vater und Mutter, gab es nur Onkel und Tante.
Und das geht mit den Chilenern oder auch mit den Deutschen hier?
Wir waren ungefähr 51 chilenische Kinder hier und da als ich danach angefangen habe.
Und was haben die chilenischen Kinder hier gemacht? Mussten sie hier machen?
Wir mussten arbeiten und studieren, in die Schule gehen, aber manchmal haben keine Schularbeiten gemacht, sondern das Heuballen einholen, die Ernte reinholen. Aber wir haben von früh bis spät gearbeitet, von der Sonnenaufgang bis Sonnenuntergang.
Aber vor
Auch bei
wie
der
viel
Arbeit.
Zeit?
Bis 1996 etwa.
Ja.
96 haben sie ihn gesucht, die PDI, die Geheimpolizei und die Polizei haben ihn gesucht. Und er war hier versteckt, wo wir wussten gar nicht, wo er sich versteckt hatte. Er hat sich 3 Tage versteckt und dann erschien er wieder und hat er uns Versammlung gemacht mit uns und war wieder eine Woche weg und so bis endlich dann angeblich nach Argentinien geflohen ist. Aber wir wussten gar nichts davon.
Okay.
Wir haben keinen Fernseher gehabt, kein Radio, kein zur Zeitung.
Nichts gehabt.
Der Manuel Contreras nach dem Militärputsch, der kam hier ran und dann hier wurden auch Leute misshandelt, wir wussten gar nichts.
Leuten misshandelt?
Ja.
Nach dem Militärputsch?
Ja, nach dem
Aber war das dann denn mit Pinochet?
Nein, der Manuel Contreras mit dem Schäfer.
Ha?
Der Manuel Contreras, der Chef von dem Geheimdienst.
Misshandelt waren? Den Leuten waren sie als Kommunisten oder...
Ja, als Kommunisten sozusagen.
Ja.
Und die wurden zum Teil angeblich hier umgebracht und die Reste wurden verbrannt, aber bis heutzutage wurde noch nichts gefunden.
Und alle Leute hier denken gleich über den Geschichte
Jetzt
oder
nicht
haben...
mehr vor. Viele haben so gedacht wie er, aber die meisten haben nicht so gedacht wie er. Weil die haben ihn begleitet, weil er das Wort Gottes gepredigt hat, auf seine Weise. Was ist eine Sünde, wenn ich mir ein Mädchen beobachte, falls ich später mit ihr verheiraten will? Hat er gesagt, das ist eine Sünde. Wir haben weder gespielt mit dem Mädchen, noch Schule gehabt, war immer getrennt.
Ja.
Hier waren wir eingeschlossen, wir durften gar nicht raus, wir konnten gar nicht raus sozusagen. Dieser Zaun, den Sie gesehen haben,
Ja, okay.
das ist elektrisch. Wir waren nur auf dieser Höhe ein Loch, da war ein Sensor und 3 cm höher war eine Kamera. Das war
Okay.
alles.
Und das ist das rund den ganzen Platz. Was hast du da?
Andenken.
Oh.
Serviettenständer.
Pater soll erklären.
Okay, danke schön. Und Sie sind auch ein Anwohner hier?
Ja,
Von...
Das war mal mein bester Lehrling.
Geschenk für dich. Falls einer fragte, das gehört auf dem Tisch.
Ja, das
Das
habe
ist
ich
ein
verstanden.
Geschenk.
Dankeschön.
Von für dich.
So this is apple, and this is some Chilean fruit. I'm quite thirsty, so I might want more. But yeah, let's see. And then here we also have some bread with some, I think this is just ranch. So here we have a Chilean fruit juice. I'm quite thirsty. It's sweet, I feel like it's not that different to something I've tried yet. Here we have some ranch dressing with some bread. Ah, gracias, muchas gracias. Here we have some schnitzel, some ham, cheese. Here there's some pineapple. And we have some rice, like a cracker. A schnitzel, how a schnitzel should taste. And here we have the rice. So, I got to speak a little bit with some people that have lived here all their life, or most of it at least. And I heard some of the history, the guy that ran the camp, the horrible things that he did. Okay, so here we have some pictures of the history. It says everything in Spanish under them. Initially German children, but also some Chilean children from the region here were also locked up in the camp. But it's like it's a big area. You saw the barbed wire, and I was told that the barbed wire used to be like electric fences. They used to be electrocuted. I still find the combination with pineapple, cheese, ham and schnitzel a little bit strange. And I don't know how I feel about it because it's like savory with sweet.
Also ich werde mal gucken, weil ich bin ein bisschen knapp mit der Zeit. Ich werde mal sehen, dass Erika kommt. Die macht sowieso immer eigentlich auch so Touren hier, auch zum Museum.
Ja. Ja, das wollte ich auch fragen. Als das Museum geöffnet ist, als das Internet sagt, ist, dass es geschlossen ist.
Ja, aber wenn Sie eine Tour möchten, eine gefüllte, kostet 5000 Peso.
Wie viel?
5000.
Ah, 5000, genau.
Ja.
Ja.
Und dann könnten Sie eine Tour machen dahin.
Okay,
Mit
schön.
Erika.
Das klingt mir gut.
Ja?
Ja.
Okay, ich schau mal eben. Ja?
Schön.
Dass sie sich hoffentlich die Zeit nimmt.
Ja, dann kann ich noch etwas essen.
Gut.
Gut,
Mein Name ist Renate.
Gerade mit Fernsehkanälen und allem Möglichen. Die nehmen dann auch und senden einen Teil und jedes Mal werden wir praktisch hier in den Dreck gezogen, die noch hier sind. Die sind alle immer darauf bedacht, das Schlechte nur zu nehmen. Alles von Frau Schäfer. Aber dass auch Gutes existiert hat, dass
Ja.
die Leute gelebt haben, das wird gar nicht anerkannt.
Ja, das
Am Ende
das
sind wir
wollte
alles
ich auch
verteufelt.
etwas fragen.
Sie hören beide Seiten, aber schneiden sich so zurecht, dass sie ihre Seite, die sie brauchen, dann senden.
Ja, ja. Exakt.
Ich werde mal kurz ins Büro gehen und sprechen, ja?
Ja. Dann laufe ich auf die Direction, okay? Genau. Schön. The scenery here is so beautiful with the mountains and everything. I'm glad to have finally eaten something. It was quite a big meal, but I hadn't had anything all day long, so. Here is the hotel, which the restaurant is connected to. And then here we have some little pond and a little bridge. Let's see. It's quite cute and peaceful. I don't know how original this is. I don't know if this was always here. But there the beautiful snowy mountains in the back. Crazy place to be. Quite a crazy place to be. And here it says residential section. You see that these houses, they have a bit of a German style. The one over there in the distance is quite German looking. This one just has some wood on the side. Here are a lot of the houses of where the residents live, mostly the German residents. They look like nice places to live. And it really has like a very different feel here compared to like outside of the town. Here there's a little store. Oh, so they have like sausages and stuff. The little cafe. It's open from 8 to 1.
Deutsch.
Ja, ich spreche Deutsch. Ja, ich bin von den Niederlanden. Aber ich spreche auch Deutsch und ich habe von dieser Kolonie gehört und habe gedacht, das zu besuchen.
Gut, ich muss weiter, weil mein Sohn kommt an von der Schule jetzt.
Ja, und meine Frage ist, die Schule von deinem Sohn,
Ach so, die Schule ist hier sehr
was ist hier?
sehr
Auf der
dicht bei.
Kolonie?
Nein,
Oder-
die ist mit allen chilenischen Kindern
Okay.
gemischt.
Und alles auf Spanisch?
Alles auf Spanisch leider, kein
Dein Sohn spricht
Deutschunterricht.
auch etwas Deutsch?
Doch,
oder
das
nicht?
ja.
Ja?
Ja.
Interessant.
Zu Hause
Okay.
versuchen wir. Wir haben 3 Kinder. 2
Wunderbar.
Mädchen und einen Jungen. Der Junge ist der kleinste.
Wunderbar.
Aber sie sprechen alle etwas Deutsch.
Okay. Aber du kannst dann so zurückgehen, das ist sehr belangrijk. Dan wil ik dich
Also alles Gute, ne?
nicht zu lange hier halten.
Nein, kein
Alles
Problem.
gut.
Machen Sie es gut.
Gut.
Hoffentlich haben
Tschüss.
Sie viel Glück.
Ja, danke schön.
Ja, bitte sehr.
Tschüss.
Tschüss.
Okay, so she said that everything has been remodeled. It's not how it originally looked like. It does look quite old though, so. Herzlich willkommen. It's like a tent for like festivities. So people in the region here celebrate their birthday and stuff like that in here. So there used to be people that got married here for human rights. ¿Eso no es permitido? ¿O? Porque el gobierno de chileno dice que eso no es
Que
permitido.
no se pueden hacer masivos. Grandes cosas.
Oh, okay. So this is what they were talking about here. You have a bunch of chickens and some other birds. Chickens, roosters. Okay, so I'm not that hungry. And they said that about right now is like the last time that I can ask for something to be made at the kitchen, because then it will close. I'm thinking of just getting some ice cream. I've got some ice cream here. Here's like mango and strawberry, and there's vanilla, and then there's frutilla, and then there's like a lime one. Okay, I'm buying some juice to have some more to drink. But there's a lot of chocolates here, and German sausages, and some bread, and more cookies. A lot of touristic stuff. In the elevator, alone now, nice and accurate. It's a really big elevator. And here they have a Snow White and 7 dwarfs. thing. Oh, this is like a play area for the children, it says. Okay, where's the money? Here. So this is the play area for the children. And a lot of Disney characters. Does this work? Nope. Okay, that light doesn't work. Okay, just a lot of old toys. But it doesn't make me think of some things back in Europe, to be honest. But yeah. Okay, that was the play area. Hope you guys had fun there. A little hotel tour. Here, I have 2 beds because the rooms for 1 person are all full for some reason, but I paid for 1 person. And there's me. And here we have a nice toilet, simple toilet. But it's nice for the part of the world that we are in, because they don't all look this nice. And we have a nice sink, very nice sink. Don't know what this used to be. With a bunch of little soaps to dry your hands, the towels. It's 2 actually, but I'm here alone. Nice shower to take a shower. I haven't taken a shower in 2 days because the last 2 places that I stayed at were horrendous. And here we have a TV that I'm not going to use because I don't like TV. And here, let's see what my view is. Here we have a view of the mountains, if you can see them a little bit in the distance. And we have a kind of like a palm tree of sorts. And there, back there, is like a swimming pool. It's way too cold to go swimming right now. But another time of the year, that would be a nice place to go swimming. I just woke up and it has rained tonight. That's something that doesn't happen much in Santiago, but here the climate is a little bit different. And it's time for breakfast. It's 9 o'clock, and from 9 to 10:30 breakfast is served. Here there's a little area that you can sit and watch TV if it works, and play pool. They told me I could go down here for the breakfast. I'm not sure where do we have the breakfast. Okay, here's breakfast. ¿Y tienes leche?
Sí.
Bueno.
Deutschland, ja?
Nein, den Niederlande ist ein anderes Land. Es ist etwas schwierig für mich, das zu hören mit dem TV.
Mal zu sehen, wie es hier war, ja. Wie es hier gelaufen hat. Weißt du, wie es gelaufen hat? Hat er erzählt, wie das Schema hier war? Das Schema. Wir waren in der Colonia, das ist in der Colonia Dignidad. Ist jetzt.
Ja. Hast du ihn gekannt?
Ja.
Ja? Oh. Und auch schlechte persönliche Erfahrungen. Genau. Ja.
Das ist vorbei.
Das ist vorbei.
Ja. Jetzt gucken wir nach vorne, nach da. Ja. Gucken wir nach vorne. Nach vorne gucken wir.
Ja, wir gucken nach vorne.
Nicht,
We're looking forward.
Ja.
Ja.
Ja. Eigentlich ist zusammen.
Mit
Gutes Zusammensein.
Gut.
Ja.
Dankeschön. Probiert Sie zu sprechen zu können.
Ja.
Allen Chilenen, die hier den Geschichte erfahren haben, sprechen auch etwas Deutsch.
Ja.
Habe ich gesehen.
Ja, ist
Das ist interessant.
mal eine deutsche Kolonie, Deutsche.
Darum, ja.
200 Leute ungefähr.
200? Ganz viel.
Das war eine Menge. Die Kinder sind noch mehr geworden, aber jetzt sind alle ausgereist, ganz viele. Nach Deutschland.
Ja.
Einige in Chile sind einige in Chile und im Süden. Verschieden überall. Hier.
Wo ist die?
Ja. Geht besser? Ciao.
Okay.
Ja.
Dankeschön. Alles gut.
Ja.
Okay. So, what we have here, I asked for milk and they gave me hot milk. Which I'm happy with. It's not what I was thinking, but it's good. Here they asked if I wanted some egg. It's wonderful. I didn't notice they put it on that side. Okay. Good. Here's the milk. Already prepared some apple juice. Here we have some basic cheese, ham, and so on. Very German. Very German. And here we have the sugar and so on. for the tea and the tea, but then I have to get hot water. I'll worry about that later. It's got plenty of milk. That thing is filled with milk. A lot of days I just do breakfast, so. And it's very German breakfast, because it's a German colony, even though a little bit of a crazy one. Apple juice. Thirsty. And so do a breakfast. There's a very good chance that these eggs, at least some of the things, that they're being made here, because a lot of them used to be made here. They still have chickens outside, and I'm the only one eating here. So, yeah. We also have some nice cake, but I'm never not hungry in the morning. I don't know if I can finish it all, but I will try to, because I eat way too little on these trips and I always lose weight, so, yeah. Aquí, ahora, el sistema de Colonia, las personas que son descendentes, porque tú tienes la trabaja aquí.
Sí,
Como, esto es como una trabaja normal.
sí.
Además, las otras personas que vivo aquí, ¿eso funciona tipo como una comuna? ¿O tengo, eso, para ellos eso es también como una trabaja?
Sí.
Eso es el museo.
Okay. Okay, so here we have a sign, and this time both in German and Spanish.
Paul Schäfer editaba fotos, no le gustaban las fotos.
Okay, so
Sí.
Paul Schäfer didn't want to be photographed, so there's not many pictures of him.
Ellos son los primeros pioneros,
Sí.
los primeros que llegaron acá a Chile. Algunos en el año 1961 y otros llegaron en 1962.
Ah, claro. This was the original group of colonists. Eso es Paul Schäfer.
Cuando él estaba más joven, sí. Ahí también aparece ya como líder del grupo.
Sí.
Ese fue el primer grupo que se formó en Alemania.
Sí. Okay, so these are pictures when they're still in Germany. Okay, so here the things that are built here are all back in Germany, not here in Chile. So here, these pictures are of the construction of the colony in Chile, and there's people working the land and stuff. Y como eso funciona, este tiempo, esta época, eso funciona como una comuna, quasi.
Sí.
The women and the children and the men were all separated, and they had to work. Okay, so these are pictures of when they came here on the voyage. Y eso es para el frontera, quasi.
Sensores de movimiento.
Sí, movement sensors. So that was Paul Schäfer's car. So he had like bulletproof windows and everything. This is fake wood, and there used to be a camera in here, and these had microphones, and they were all around here. What is eso? Aquí. Eso no es nada?
Es una entrada.
So underground here is a bunker, and it still exists. On the outside here was where you were supposed to be able to access it. But right now it's all underwater, so you're not able to go inside, and we're not allowed to go inside. But they used to stash arms there, underground here. Okay, so in this side, they used to use it for agriculture stuff, for like keeping farm equipment or something. And here on this side, they weren't allowed to enter. So these photos are all staged. They put the children with the parents together to present it to the government and act like everything was normal, but it completely wasn't normal. And they didn't really live like how it was presented in these photos. It was just staged and made to make it seem more presentable to the Chilean government. Okay, so this is the work that the women had to do in the farm, basically. So this was the work that the men had to do. Okay, so they only built stuff inside the colony. Okay, so the shoemaking was also done by the men. So here there's a picture of all the firearms that were found in the bunker.
Por ejemplo, aparece el general Pinochet
Pinochet visitando aquí?
Sí,
Okay, so Pinochet actually visited the colony.
aparecen presidentes también que después con el tiempo fueron presidentes.
So Pinochet visited here, and also other presidents after Pinochet also visited here. Okay, so this vehicle was for hunting. Okay, so only a few of the higher up people were allowed to come with when they went hunting. Here they show certain activities that they participated in. Ah, so here's like hospital stuff. So here are all people that were born in the hospital here. Tengo muchos chilenos y a pocos alemanes también.
Muchos chilenos.
Principalmente chilenos. Okay, so it's mostly Chileans here. You see it on the names. I see some Carlos, Marcos. I've also been told by some of the people that I spoke to that a lot of the people that used to live here or their descendants now live back in Germany. But also another portion of them still live here. They never left. And they say that they have a good time these days, that it's very peaceful. And that's nice to hear. Because some not so good things happened here, but it wasn't all bad, I suppose. I don't know. I like to hear both sides there. This is the other side of the barn. It was like a big barn here. It looks kind of old German style, yeah. But they did use the cheap Chilean, like Latin American bricks, it seems. They all wave and they all smile. So that's one nice thing. Here, it also says it in German finally. Privatgebied, kein Zutritt. A lot of this is just small little houses and little shacks for a little barn for their car and to mess around a little with repairing stuff. Here, I think, is the farm. See, I think they have the cows over there if they still have them. Some things look very German, other things not as much. So this building used to be the hospital, the entire building. And right now, a lot of the elderly people live in there and they're taken care of. The ones that can't really live on their own anymore, that would need like elderly care in an elderly home, and they have that here. Here there's a thing to repair like your car or bigger trucks, so you can like get under it. So that is the bread factory, and it's still being used. And as you can see right now, they're doing some deliveries. Pasteleria, so like here was like a bakery, or still is. They have a lot of bikes here, and they also don't put locks on them, because I suppose they don't get stolen here. It would be kind of weird if they would. Deutsche Vollkornbrot, so German whole grain bread. And here is the old shoe factory, which isn't being used anymore. The building is still there, but it's just closed, or well, I see a door open there. It's not being used at all. So they still make bread in the bread factory, but no shoes in the shoe factory. So it says like shoemakers. So they had quite a number of like separate businesses here. And then I suppose they would sell a lot of the produce to outside of the town. Over there, they do some farming stuff. I think they're like packing up the produce, whatever they took off the land. I'm not sure exactly. Something of that sort. Here, it seems like some boats have been made. So that's the barn here behind us. And here we have a sign that talks about agricultural activity. They had 850 hectares, it says. And this is some of the area that was used to install the farm equipment, tractors, stuff like that. On the internet, I heard a lot of things about this town originally being a National Socialist town. And the founders being National Socialists and National Socialists hiding here. I don't know how much of that is true. I would have liked to have asked that, but I didn't get the chance. And I am a little bit doubtful of those claims because I haven't seen much evidence of it. The leader of the town, Paul Schäfer, he was part of the Wehrmacht, which is the normal German army. Being part of the German army doesn't necessarily make you a National Socialist. They tried to arrest him in Germany for sexual misconduct with children, and that's when he fled to Chile with the whole group that followed him basically, and it was kind of like a religious cult of sorts. Here we are at the perimeter of the compound on the riverside, and here you can see one of these holes. There used to be sensors in here, and in this case they've been cut out. This one doesn't have one, and then here they once again have a hole for that. In these holes used to be sensors, and you can see here that the wires are exposed because they've removed the sensors, but they used to all have sensors. And then there was a central location where they were able to detect the information picked up by those sensors. So if someone was trying to escape, they could see it. There were also cameras in some locations and so on. If you enjoyed watching this video, consider subscribing and also consider becoming a channel member. If you become a channel member, you can get early access to new videos and watch another. Here's some suggestions. If you want to join my Telegram group or Discord or follow me on Instagram, the links are all down in the description, or TikTok, whatever.